All right, everybody, welcome to the very first CYO Camp virtual campfire. Are you all excited?
Yay!
Yeah. Very excited. We're excited, and we're excited. We have so many people here to share with our campfire, so we're going to get started with something super rowdy and crazy. Someone who's worked at summer camp for many summers, the past few. Everybody give it up for Andrew Weiner!
Woo!
Yeah!
Okay, everyone, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to teach you the chant part of it, and then I'll explain a little bit more of the song. So this song is called Over the Irish Sea, and it goes like this. Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. A cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a repeat after me part, and I'm going to say when I was an age, I'm going to say something that rhymes to that age, and then you're going to repeat it back. Should we suppose this makes sense so far? Okay, perfect. And then each time we do this, it's going to get faster and faster. So when we do the first age, it's going to be kind of slow. And as we get on, it's going to get faster and faster. So this is a repeat after me song.
So this is a repeat after me song.
It's a do as I do song.
This is also a do as I do song.
So if you want to stand up, that'd be great if you could stand up. So we're going to do this first part together.
So we're going to do this first part together.
And then when I do the age part,
and then when I do the age part,
it's a repeat after me.
It's a repeat after me.
So when I was one.
So when I was one.
I sucked my thumb.
I sucked my thumb.
Over the Irish Sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 2.
Do I repeat that part?
Yes, you repeat that part when you say when I was 2.
When I was 2.
I tied my shoe.
I tied my shoe.
Over the Irish Sea. I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backwards, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea.
Whoa, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey.
Andrew's in the background with me, and it's just really funny hearing him at the same time. Okay, when I was 3.
When I was 3.
I climbed a tree.
I climbed a tree.
Over the Irish Sea.
I climbed aboard a pirate ship.
The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 4.
When I was 4.
I opened the door.
I opened the door!
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 5.
When I was 5.
I learned to scuba dive.
I learned to scuba dive.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 6.
When I was 6.
I picked up some sticks.
I picked up some sticks.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 7.
When I was 7.
I chilled in heaven.
I chilled in heaven.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 8.
When I was 8.
I felt really great.
I feel really great.
I'm gonna drink some water.
I'm gonna drink some water.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 9.
When I was 9.
Oh, I felt really fine.
I felt really fine.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, when I was 10.
When I was 10.
I wrote with a pen.
I wrote with a pen.
Over the Irish Sea, I climbed aboard a pirate ship. The captain said to me, we're going forward, backward, this way, that way, over the Irish Sea. Woo, a cup of juice to get me loose, and that's the life for me. Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job, Andrew. That was awesome. All right, keeping it going. We've got Rick Garcia and the Garcia crew. Give it up for Rick Garcia and family.
Yeah.
All right. This is a repeat after us song.
This is a repeat after song.
And do as I do song.
Do as I do song.
All right, here we go. The alligator is my friend.
The alligator is my friend.
He can be your friend too.
He can be your friend too.
If only you would understand
Only you would understand
that he is friendly too.
that he is friendly too.
Ready? Alligator. Alligator. Can be your friend, can be your friend, can be your friend too. The alligator laughs and grins.
Alligator laughs and grins.
He never has the blues.
He never has the blues.
If only you would understand
Only you would understand
that he has feelings too.
that he has feelings too.
Alligator. Alligator. Can be your friend, can be your friend, can be your friend too. The alligator ate my friend.
The alligator ate my friend.
He might eat your friend too.
He might eat your friend too.
If only you would understand
If only you would understand
that he gets hungry too.
that he gets hungry too.
Last time. Alligator. Alligator. Can be your friend, can be your friend, can be your friend too.
Oh my gosh, it's classic. So good. All right, this is a true oldie, one that I have not heard in quite some time. Classic. Give it up for John, I'm assuming, and the Haydens.
Yes, one moment. Gonna flip around my camera if I can. All right, is it flipped?
It is.
This one. All right, this one is called, I have a helper, his name is Teddy. This one got very popular when Transformers was popular back in the day. And it is called the Autobots. It is a do as I do song. So do what I do. It's also a say what I say song. So say what I say. Got it?
Got it.
All right. You got it? Ready? All right, get on the camera. If he does this, he gets both of his hands. All right. First it goes, we are the Autobots. And we like eating Otter Pops.
We like eating Otter Pops.
Oh no, the Decepticons. Oh no. And their big bad leader, Megatron. Here comes Optimus Prime. He's gonna kick his butt one more time. Very good. Well, we're gonna do another verse, but a whole lot meaner and a whole lot worse.
No, that word.
We are the Autobots, and we love eating Otter Pops. Oh no, the Decepticons!
No.
And their big bad leader, Megatron. But here comes Optimus Prime.
Here comes Optimus.
I kick your butt one more time. All right, pretty good. We're gonna do another verse, but a whole lot meaner and a whole lot worse. We are the Autobots.
We are the
We love eating Otter Pops. Oh no, the Decepticons! And the big leaders! But here comes Optimus Prime. And he's gonna kick your butt one last time. The end. Whew.
Oh, I love the round of applause this time. Yes, big round of applause for the Haydens. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Andrew, number 2, out on that sunshiny deck. Show us what you got.
There we go.
All right. So here at social distancing camp, I learned to keep my hands on myself. And in doing so, I learned all about all the cool body parts and the proper names of them thereof. And when I go to my mother's house, I'm gonna teach her all I learned at camp. So and I'm gonna teach you too. So here we go. Here we go. This is a repeat after me.
This is a repeat after me.
This is also a do as I do.
It's also a do as I do.
So stand on up and do as I do.
So stand on up and do as I do. You're not 6 feet away from me.
You gotta get 6 feet away from me.
You're not 6 feet away from me.
I need you. I gotta get Robert Rabbit in the screen.
No fun.
Sorry.
No fun.
It's just proper procedure. So here we go. Do you want to repeat after me?
Do you want to repeat after me?
Do you want to repeat after me? You should be saying yes.
You should be saying yes.
Hands on myself.
Hands on myself.
What is this here?
What is that here?
That is my top-notch Jama, my dear.
That is my top-notch Yama, my dear.
And that is where I learned you at camp. Yeah, boy.
And that's what I learned at camp. Yeah, boy.
Hands on myself.
Hands on myself.
What is this here?
What is that here?
That is my birdwatcher's Jama, my dear.
That is my birdwatcher Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's birdwatcher's Jama, my dear.
Top-notcher birdwatcher Yama, my dear.
And that is where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
And that's what I learned at camp. Yeah, boy.
Hands on myself.
Hands on myself.
What is this here?
What is this here?
That is my sweatbox's Jama, my dear.
My sweatboxer Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's sweatbox's birdwatcher's Jama, my dear.
Top-notcher sweatboxer birdwatcher Yama, I can't do it.
And that is where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
What is this here?
What is that here?
That is my grub munch's Jama, my dear.
That is my birdwatcher Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's sweatbox's birdwatcher grub munch's Jama, my dear. And that is where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
What is this here?
What is that here?
That is my chest beater Jama, my dear.
That is my chest beater Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater Jama, my dear. Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater Jama, my dear. And that is where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy. What is this here?
That here?
That is my bread basket, Shama, my dear.
That is my bread basket Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket Jama, my dear. Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket Jama, my dear. And that's where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Hands on myself.
Hands on myself.
What is that here?
What is that here?
That is my trailhead Jama, my dear.
That is my trailhead Yama, my dear.
Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket trailhead Jama, my dear. Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket trailhead Jama, my dear. And that's where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
What? Hands on myself.
Hands on myself.
What is this here?
What is that here?
That is my boom bounces Jama, my dear.
That is my
Boom
boom
bounces Jama, my dear. Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket trailhead boom bounces Jama, my dear. Top-notch's sweatboxer birdwatcher stupid for grub muncher chest beater bread basket trailhead boom bounces Jama, my dear. And that's where I learned here at camp. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Applause for Andrew. Great job. All right. Next up, we have a little skit from our friends Emily and Megan. So give it up for Emily and Megan.
Hi, Emily. Hi. It's a good thing we have this really high-tech video conferencing software.
Oh, yeah.
There should be no mistakes this time.
Hopefully not. I know it was a disaster.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, Emily, I present to you a challenge.
Okay.
Today, I'm going to teach you something that I learned at camp.
Ooh. Okay.
It's really cool. It's how to wear or use, I guess I should say, a bandana.
A banana?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I've got one of those right here. I just picked it up from the store today.
I have one too. Okay, mine, can you tell me what it looks like?
It's yellow. And I don't know, it's a standard banana.
Oh, cool. Mine has some spots on it.
What does yours look like?
Mine's also yellow. Has a little some color. It's looking good. It's looking good. Okay. Let's do this challenge. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. To make it more difficult, let's use verbal instructions only.
Great idea.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, step 1.
Okay.
Please unfurl your item.
Okay.
Lay it flat.
A strange word to use.
Thank you. I'm studying for the SATs.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, please flatten it.
Okay. Okay. How flat?
As flat as it can go.
It's not really. This is a pretty fresh banana. It's not really flattening very well.
Oops.
All berries.
Is it flat yet?
It's probably as flat as I'm gonna get it.
Love it. Love it. Okay, next step.
Okay.
You want to
Yeah.
fold it.
Fold it?
Yeah. Hot dog style.
Are you sure you don't mean hamburger style?
Yes, I'm really sure.
Okay. Okay. I think it's about as full as I'm gonna get it.
Okay, good. Now you can unfold it again.
Oh, okay. Why'd we fold it then?
Just, you want to get the creases right.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then you're going to fold it like a big triangle.
I don't think I can do that.
I believe in you, Emily. It's all about positivity.
Well, I do appreciate that. I miss your positivity, Megan. Maybe if you believe in me, I can do it. Here, wait. I got this. It's got kind of rounded sides. Is that okay?
Oh, totally fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, next step.
Okay,
You want
yeah.
to roll it.
Roll it?
Yeah.
Like a ball?
No, you kind of want to roll it from the longest edge to the shortest edge. And if you keep
Okay. Hold on. I messed up my triangle because I thought you meant roll it like a ball. So let me get it back to the triangle.
That's okay.
Okay.
Do great.
I think I got it. Yep.
Okay, cool. It's kind of like in one long, kind of skinny piece, kind of shaped like a banana.
It used to be shaped like a banana. Now it's kind of shaped like mashed potatoes.
Gotta go back to where you were before then. Okay, are you ready
I'll do my best.
for the most important step?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, the last step, this is the part that makes you really cool, is you have to wear this. And the way that I like to wear it is I just put it right on top of my head.
Really?
So, yeah, like a headband.
And this will make me cool?
Yes, it will.
Because I've always wanted to be cool.
It will be very cool if you do this.
You promise?
I pinky promise.
Okay, I just put it on my head? Okay.
Just put it right on there.
Oh, it's falling.
Looks real good.
Okay.
And then you want to secure it at the back so that it stays on your head.
I think it's gonna stay pretty well.
Secure it.
Part of it. If I secure it, I'm gonna get banana all over my bed.
Okay, last step that I like to do to make sure it looks real good is you kind of like bring it forward Okay. Yeah. And then you just like smooth it back.
How far back?
Just, whatever looks good. Make sure it's good behind your ears too.
I'm not really sure how this looks good, so.
There you go. It looks great from here.
Okay, well, I got it.
Okay, Emily, let me see it. You're kind of far from the camera. Can you come closer?
Oh, yeah, I can scoot. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, Emily. Yeah, Megan.
Wait. I thought you said banana.
I said bandana.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness, big round of applause for Megan and Emily. That was even possible. Skits online. Who knew? What a beautiful thing. Love it. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Paul Rea. Give Paul Rea a big round of applause.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful buddy. I'm here to talk about my little friends, the FBI. Very underappreciated, and they should be celebrated. Without the FBI, we would not be alive. There'd be no trees, there'd be no bees, there'd be no birds, there'd be no food. So I'm here to represent one of the FBI, the worm. So I'm transforming characters into the worm. I am now Gusano the worm. Please, if you know the chorus, sing along with me. I'm a worm, a wondrous worm, beneath the earth. I tunnel and squirm to eat the dead, and the living's my toil. And what comes out makes magnificent soil. Goose, so no, 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 no. See. So no, 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 so no, 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 so no, 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 no. See, I aerate the earth as I tunnel and squirm. I'm proud to be called a worm. My tunnel floods. It rains all night. I come up for air, and I'm killed by light. When people die, worms attend, though it's dull. But no one ever comes to a worm's funeral. So no, 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 no. See, so no, 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 no. See, I aerate the earth as I tunnel and squirm. I'm proud to be called a worm. Robins are cute, but have you not heard of the massacre of the early birds? Worms are smart, from them there's much you could learn. But you make fish bait out of us in return. Goose, so no, 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 no. See, goose, so no, 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 no. See, I aerate the earth as I tunnel and squirm. I'm proud to be called a worm.
Huge round of applause. Oh my gosh, instruments at our campfire. We love it. Thank you, Paul Rea. That was beautiful. Excellent. Next, we've got Ranger John going to share something with us. Everybody give it up for Ranger John.
Like Ranger John.
Who's going to assist me on this? I need a backup. Somebody to repeat for me. Let's see, John, you there? Paul?
Oh.
Awesome. All right, Paul. You're going to do the repeat after me. So everybody, this is the repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
This is also a do as I do song.
This is also a do as I do song.
You ready? Da moose, da moose.
Da moose, da moose.
Swimming in the water.
Swimming in the water.
Eating his supper.
Eating his supper.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
He went to sleep.
He went to sleep.
Balloons, balloons,
Balloons, balloons.
swimming in the water,
Swimming in the water.
eating its supper.
Eating his supper.
Where did it go?
Where did he go?
It went to sleep.
He went to sleep.
Dead moose, dead moose,
Dead moose, dead moose.
floating in the water,
Floating in the water.
not eating its supper.
Not eating supper.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
He decomposed.
He decomposed.
Thank you, guys.
Great job, Major John. That was excellent. Very, very good. All right, next up, we actually have Emily again. Emily is going to share with us a poem that she wrote. And Emily shared this poem with me earlier today, and so I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break, but I'll be back. All right?
Okay.
Go ahead, Emily.
All right. So, as many of you might know or might not, I am an aspiring writer, and poetry is a hard one, but I've been practicing, and I'm a little nervous to read this, share it today, but I know you're all friends, so it's a safe space, no judgment. With that, I'll start. All around CYO Camp I roam, listening to the sounds of my natural home. Bees buzz, doves swoon, and coyotes howl at the moon. An alligator lizard calls to its mate. A newborn fawn sees its first sunrise.
That's like totally awesome, dude.
A newt chats with a banana slug.
Out of my way, slime ball.
A naturalist expertly leads his night hike.
Where are we?
A baby gopher snake calls its mother.
Yo, mama.
And everyone cheers as I finish this poem. Thank you.
Oh, is the poem over? Did it finish?
Poem's over. Yeah, I finished.
Poem's over. Oh, Emily, good job with the poem.
Good.
For sharing it. I loved hearing it earlier. It was so good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Very good. So we're going to kind of transition into a little bit quieter campfire time. So if you have the ability to turn the lights down a little bit, it doesn't look any different, but that's okay. So we're going to do like a little warm fuzz. Ooh, some people have some light. Steven Rodriguez bringing the effects. Here we go. All right. So we're taking it down a notch. We're in the warm fuzz stage of our campfire. And everybody shoot a whole bunch of fuzz to Alexa.
Oh my god, I feel so warm and fuzzy. So for our altered reality quarantine campfire, I'm going to give you guys some numbers. Andrew and Andrew, you're right there in my screen. Number 1, look at that, they're number 1. So hold up your number 1s. Wow, great at following directions, fantastic. Let's see, Paul, Wood, and Rick, you're the salaried crew, number 2. Salaried crew number 2. Hayden's, Nays, and Riley's, let's go, number 3. Yes, Hayden, Nays, and Riley's. And we've got Emily, Megan, and Stever, number 4. Wow, great at following directions. So this is really only a do as I do activity. It's not a cheer, it's an activity. And just so you know, from this point on in our campfire, we're gonna transition into more calm vibes. So use this time to chill yourself out if you need it. Maybe take a deep breath. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Maybe just chill out. So when I hold up your number, you're going to do whatever I do, whatever action I do. And you're gonna maintain that action until I hold up your number again and do a different action. For example, okay. Keep doing that number 1, keep doing that number 1. Yeah, okay. Number 3. Number 4. Just kidding, you don't have to do that, number 4. All right, everyone can stop. That was an example. Thank you for following instructions. We are going to try to mimic the rain. And for this activity, I'm actually gonna ask that everyone unmicrophones themselves or unmutes themselves, because this is an activity that will sound really cool with all of us together. And I'm sure that we'll remember to mute ourselves after. I'm gonna go in sequence, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you are number 2, maybe after number 2 gets going, close your eyes for a second to see if you can actually hear the rain that we're trying to mimic. And then just know you've got 3 more numbers till you come up again. If you're watching this at home later at some point, you can join in with your family or with your friends. I would just say pick a number that you like out of 1 to 4. And then, maybe if you have 2 people in your family, you could choose 2 different numbers. If we get any special baby sounds, that's tight, because babies in the rain, that's exactly what I would do. So shout out to the babies. But let's all begin by taking a deep breath in. Let it out.
Speed up.
can all mute yourself and wait till Liz introduces our next friend.
So much, Alexa. That was beautiful. Very, very well done. Great interpretation for the times that we are in. So next up, we have the honor of hearing a story from none other than James. So James, thank you so much. And go ahead, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Wood. Okay, I haven't told a story in like 5 years, so I might stumble a bit here. But when Wood spoke to me about doing this, there were a few stories that came to mind. There's one that I really enjoy that I started telling at campfires when I was a director at camp, so I'm going to share that one. It's about a robot named Frank. This will be sort of the condensed version. But so this story centers around the main character, who's a robot named Frank. And Frank was created, he was built on this planet full of robots. And this planet existed in the far, far regions of the galaxy, tucked away as far on one side as you can possibly get. And the only beings that existed on this planet were robots. And there were robots who built other robots. There were robots who delivered robot mail. There were robots who went and did the big blue collar, like building of like fortresses. And there were military robots. And then there were like executive, powerful robots that sat up in their high offices. And they decided what different robots' jobs were. But each robot was given one task. They were built with one job in mind for what they could do for the rest of their lives. Now, Frank was built to be a messenger robot. And so when Frank was built, it was because these big, powerful executive robots had looked out with their powerful executive telescopes and seen on the exact opposite side of the galaxy that there was a planet that may actually hold intelligent life. And so they built Frank, this robot, this messenger robot, to go across the galaxy in his little messenger spaceship and deliver a top secret, highly classified message to this planet that may have life. So they built Frank, they attached the message facing inward onto his foot with some very, very sturdy screws. And they put Frank into his spaceship and they set him off across the galaxy on this messenger mission. About halfway across his flight, Frank, who was just going about his business on autopilot, chilling, listening to some tunes, kicking back in his pilot chair, he was struck by an asteroid and he plummeted from space and landed on this dusty rock. And he escaped from the ruins unscathed, fortunately, but his ship had been destroyed. He saw this one vital piece. It was a part of the engine that had been completely, just absolutely annihilated, and he was unable to fly anymore. And so he looked out, and he looked at where he was, and there was this dusty rock, and there was no water, there were no plants. And he looked up, and he saw this gigantic blue and green planet above him. And what had happened was that Frank had landed on the moon. He landed on Earth's moon, our moon. But his ship was still wrecked, and he was only about halfway to the planet where he was supposed to be going. So he sent a distress signal back to his robot planet. He asked for the part. He told him what the part was, and he sent it back, and he was hoping to get a message back. And in just a few minutes, a message had been sent to him. But he looked at the message, and it had been sent by the executive robots, and they said, "Listen, Frank, we're really sorry. We're busy over here. We will get you that part as soon as we can. Just sit tight and be patient." So Frank sat there, and he sat there. And the hours turned into days, and the days turned into weeks. And as he got bored, he started to look up at the planet above him, that blue and green planet that we know as Earth. And he saw things start to happen. He saw life start to form on this planet. And he saw creatures come from the water, and he watched them expand into intelligent beings who started to make art and started to form relationships and started to build civilizations. And because he was bored waiting for his parts, Frank started to imitate those people. And he started to create art on the planet as well, or on the moon as well. And he would draw little doodles in the dust of the rocks, and he built little sculptures with some of the stones that he could find on the moon's surface. And he waited for his part. Still the part didn't come. So the people, they started to experience love, and they created war, and they had all these incredible things happening and tragic things happening, like sickness and like natural disasters. And Frank started to incorporate that into his art, and he started to really create these complex bodies of work on the moon, and still the part didn't come. And it was years and years and years that had gone by while Frank was waiting for this part. Now, eventually, Frank had covered the entire moon surface with his art. He had been so bored. He'd been there for decades. He had built massive statues. He'd built woolly mammoth sculptures. He had done these incredible Picasso-like paintings on the surface. And just when he felt like he was running out of room on the moon to create, a little drone flew above his head bloop, 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 and dropped down the part that he had so desperately been in need of. So Frank got the part. It took him like 2 minutes to insert it into his ship as a messenger robot. You all know they're very, very talented technicians. So he put that engine piece into his ship very, very quickly. And as he was about to get into his ship to fly the other half of the distance to get to that planet to deliver his message, he was hit with a spark of curiosity. Frank was wondering why he had spent decades stuck on this moon to deliver this top secret message, and he was so inspired by this curiosity that he decided to see what the message was. So he took his foot and he unscrewed the top secret, highly classified message from the base of his foot, and he pulled it off of his foot, and he looked at what the message said, and he saw that the message was one word, and the message said, "Greetings." And he looked down at that message, and he looked up at the sky, and he looked at all of the art that he had created over those decades of time. And then he got into his spaceship, and he flew off into the galaxy, never landed at the place where he was supposed to go, never went back to the robot planet, and he was never seen again. The moral of this story, and I'm very rusty, so I didn't tell this story very well, but the moral of this story is that Frank was built to be a messenger robot. And he was sent out, his entire existence had been created to deliver a greetings message. But in his accident, in a crash that came over his ship where he thought that his mission had gone awry, he discovered that he was much more than a messenger. He discovered he was an artist. He discovered that he was a creator. And so the moral of this story is that we may feel as if society builds us to be one thing, but even in our worst moments, in our accidents, in the times where we crash, we can discover that we are something entirely greater than that. Thanks, y'all.
Lots of fuzz to James. James, thank you so much for that story. It's always great to hear new stories at camp. So I really appreciate that. Lots of fuzz. And we're going to have a closing song from Stever. So we're going to give a lot of fuzz to Stever. Going to share some music with us.
Can you hear me? Is this audible, Megan?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. So I have my little Coyote Starfield simulator up here. And so just relax and pretend like you're a little kid who's about to get sent to their cabin and go to sleep. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Stever. Lots of fuzz to you. Anybody who wants to unmute, go ahead. Just want to say thank you to everybody who watches this. We hope everybody's in a healthy and safe place, and CYO Camp is just fine. And any opportunity you can have to create for camp people to come together online at these times, I think is really helpful. So we would strongly encourage people to do that as much as they can. So it's so great to see all of you. Thank you so, so, so much. It just like made my week / probably my month. But I love you all very, very much, and I'm just so grateful.
Deuces, Waste Whiz.
And if anybody else has anything to say, go for it.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
I like the Roger Rabbit poster. I'm gonna send him a picture I took of it.
For real.
Check it out.
All right, so we're gonna try to get this up on YouTube in the next day or so. I'll email you when we do with the link so you can share it with anybody you want. We're hoping to do this again, or maybe like a talent show or staff talent show. And it can be stuff that we want to share with the public, and it can be stuff just for us, just for camp. So I encourage you to do that on your own. I encourage you to do that with us if you want us to come along. I know I would always love to see anything you all are doing. But for us to just stay as connected as we can, because I think it's a huge support. And there's a lot of people out there who are probably feeling really alone. So we just want to be there for each other until we can be at camp again.
Y'all could FaceTime me, play Words with Friends.
Yeah, Words with Friends.
I'll read your children a book if you FaceTime me.
If you have any ideas on things we should be doing for campers, please let me know.
And if you're under the age of 18 and you just found out that you don't have school for the rest of the year, you should not be playing video games 12 hours a day. You should be reading books.
Oh,
But if you are playing video games 12 hours a day and you have an Xbox, my gamer tag is made by James. And I'm also on the 2K circuit. So find me and let's lock up. But read books, educate yourself.
Between 2K and video games.
Yeah, healthy balance.
Exactly.
Oh, waste Wes. That was deep, man.
All right. Thank you all so much. I love you. I'm sure you have lots of things you need to do. Just, keep spreading that positivity. Love it.
I like your hair, Emily.
Yeah, thanks for keeping that in for so long. Thank you.
For real.
Okay, I need to shower today anyway.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
Peace, squad.
Bye.
Ginger, I'm also playing your sister in Words with Friends.
Gosh, so funny.